Yeah, Skitz here with Razor, Rob Resendez. Gonna recap UFC Austin, Texas, stacked card, top to bottom. First fight to the last fight. There were some bangers on that card. It was a stacked card for sure. I mean, so I didn't catch the whole card right away. And actually, let me say this one thing too. It was just a whole night of fights. You know, we had the UFC card, which was a banger. And then we had bare knuckle fighting with Mike Perry and Eddie Alvarez, which is another crazy fight, insane war. Anytime you put, it's the king of the violence bout was on the line. So it's like anytime you're going to bring in like those type of dudes, like, you know what I mean? Like Eddie Alvarez, he's known for just being in wars. I know he's a little older or whatever, but Mike Perry, I mean, he's just built for that shit. They like, you know what I'm saying? He's the face of bare knuckle right now. You know what I mean? And then we had Ryan Garcia fight too, the boxing. Did you catch that at all? Or?
I didn't.
No, you didn't catch that.
I had a little personal issue come up.
So. That's right.
Yeah. But other than that, I caught the highlights of most of it, and it looked good.
Yeah, like it was. I honestly like. I don't know if we want to start with that fight, but maybe just get it out of the way. I don't know.
Yeah,
we could get to it, but I mean, me and Nick watched the fight. Shout out Choker Tap. But yeah, we watched that fight, and it wasn't the most impressive performance, honestly, at first from Ryan. Like, he was winning the rounds, but the other guy, I can't think of his name right now, he was stalking him. You know, he had that basically classic Mexican style, you know, cut off the cage, cut off the ring, you know, throw bombs, started working the body in the mid rounds. The first four was there, you know, it was kind of close, but still Garcia was just kind of doing his thing, countering, you know, throwing a couple quick counters. He got quick hands, you know. But he was kind of staying in the middle rounds after the third, fourth-ish round, fifth. He started like kind of standing in front of I wish I gotta look up his name, his opponent. So he was basically in front of him, you know, and letting the guy just kind of walk him down and just throw bombs to the body. He kept doing this thing where he was like turning like sideways, almost like a shell, but all the way sideways.
With the shoulder roll.
Yeah, but a little awkward because he was like way sideways and it was leaving his body, like say like he was throwing left hooks to Ryan's body, you know, but it was kind of like not liver shots, it's more like a solar plex shot because the way he was turned, the angle of it, you know, he was just open for it. You know, he wouldn't see it coming because he's turning so much, you know what I mean? And he would just hit that body. So you could tell it started taking effect on Ryan. And then they kind of just, the corner changed up the game plan, like, you know, just stick and move type thing. Stay on the outside, use your speed, jab. You know, just don't be there because his opponent, like when he wouldn't set his feet, when he was moving his feet, he started becoming real wild and not as accurate as obviously if you're right in front of a punching bag in front of him, you're gonna hit that a lot better. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the game the tide started changing in this fight. You know, towards his opponent's favor. I can't remember his fucking name. Something I don't know. We gotta look that shit up, but anyway. It was like going towards his favor, and then after he started sticking and moving, you know, he started getting sloppier, and then Garcia just caught him with a kill shot, racked him up real quick. Nice quick combo to put him down. He just didn't beat the count, you know, but you could tell they could have counted to 20. He probably waited to 19 to try to get up, you know. He got rocked. But, you know, Garcia gets the win, you know, lives to stay on relevant another day. Because me and Nick were just joking, like, man, he's going to be on Jake Paul's undercard if he loses this. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to be on Logan's next undercard fight or whatever. So now he's still main eventing, you know, at this point. So, overall, it was good because he did have some adversity, came back and took over. But that's boxing. You know, I don't really watch boxing that much, so I only really watched that fight because Nick was more interested in it. I was kind of whatever, you know. UFC fight had just ended, and then bare knuckle went on all night, so... But yeah, I don't know. Like as far as the UFC though, I mean those fights were insane. Yeah. You know, we had 2 slam knockouts. I don't know. Do you see those?
Yeah, I caught the triangle choke slam knockout. I forgot who it was.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up right now. I really can't remember, but I know homeboy.
It was Zachary Reese and Cody Brundage.
Brundage. He got his ass.
Yes.
He got his ass with that shit. And fucking, he didn't hook the leg, dude. He should have hooked the leg. You know, that's exactly what I was thinking in my head.
Right.
Should have hooked the leg. But
you want to disturb his balance, right?
Yeah, I had to rewind that shit like 4 times, dude, because I wanted to see their hands and what they were doing with it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But I noticed Brundage, dude, as soon as he had that shit, he noticed homeboy tried to pull down on his head. Mm-hmm. As he was doing that, he locked his hands in.
Yeah.
As he locked his hands in, he pulled him up with the slam and just put his lights out. And as he slammed him, he got him around the temple too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
As he gets him on the temple, dude, he's out.
Yeah, right.
It was a nice one, bro.
Yeah. Also, if
credit to him.
But there's also like you could tell when you were saying when he was grabbing his head, pulling him down. He also if you notice he was positioning his feet closer too, so he could get under him a little better. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was squatting in, he was moving his feet into position to pick him up. Also use his legs to pick him up. You know, it wasn't like Rampage. Remember Rampage back in the day in Pride? That's the most famous freaking power bomb slam knockout in history. Still is. Even with these were nice, but that one still. I mean, that was just some brutal, just. You know, like, you know what I'm saying, what Rampage did to, Ricardo Rona back in the day. But the first one was Jakar Close and Joe Selecki. And I was kind of looking forward to this fight, too, because both these guys could scrap. You know, like, I thought it was going to be a good fight. But, Selecki, he got taken down, or he got the takedown, and something happened. I remember he ended up on the bottom. I don't remember the exact sequence why he was on the bottom. But he was attacking an armbar at first, and Jakar actually, he tried to almost pick him up and do it one time. You know, like he almost tried to go for the slam before the actual slam.
Last night?
Yeah. So then, we'll put that on. Well, so Close, Selecki locked in the armbar, did what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. He grabbed the leg so he could swing his hips to get the armbar, right? So
he break his base.
His base. But I think what he should have tried to do is maybe push his legs out a little more, extend so it kind of almost make your opponent fall down. That's like one of my favorite moves to do. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm going for like whatever, like I do that, I'll throw my leg over his head and just kind of just throw my legs out so he'll fall over, and you keep the armbar.
Right.
But okay, well Jakar Close, actually, he was sizing him up to do it right before that, right? Like I was saying. So this time you could tell he had a little better feet position, and the armbar was in deep. And a lot of times they don't want you to pick him up and slam because the armbar might be even deeper if that happens.
Or you'll slam yourself into a worse position.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Or even like when Rampage, go back to that, when he slammed Arona, he actually busted his own jaw up and face and mouth just because of the impact of it. But, I mean, obviously he got the knockout, it didn't matter, but so there's other things you got to worry about, right? So anyway, Lesky had that armbar in deep, close. Same thing, like we got his feet under him, and just lifted him up and just slammed him sideways, and literally his head just bounced off the canvas so loud and hard where it was just sideways big, and he was out from the temple shot, just boom out. That one was just all the way out. The other one was Zach Reese and Cody Brundage. He had a couple follow-up shots after that. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy. I'll try to bring that up right now. But yeah, that was insane knockout, which leads us to the question. It was like, man, I don't know if I want to bring, I'm wearing this shirt right here, jiu-jitsu shirt, but a lot of people are just canceling their jiu-jitsu memberships now, jiu-jitsu don't work. No, but is jiu-jitsu dead? No,
that instance, it didn't work.
In that instance, it didn't work. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't judge it off as a whole, I mean, that's like what started it, I mean? The whole game was jiu-jitsu at first, pretty much with Gracie's, run and stuff, what I mean? But this was crazy, though, because it was just, the slam was just perfect. Picked him up, just, man, fight over, game over, knockout, and I was looking to be a good fight. It was the first round, it was more on the ground right away because Selecki was trying to get it there, Yeah, so, I mean, he was dangerous. Obviously, his guard was dangerous because he was throwing up submissions. But that slam, that would just end anyone's night right there. I mean, ridiculous. Let's see if I can find it real fast. Like, Jamie, bring up the fight. No.
Right, yeah. Where's Jamie at?
Where's Benji? Jamie. I just watched it earlier. I tried to watch the fights again because, like I said, I missed a lot of them last night. Had to go back and watch them. Yeah, Close, Lesky. I definitely went back and watched the finishes at least. I always make a habit of that. I want to go see like what happened on those. But I'll just fast forward to the slam. See right there, you can already tell he tried it once right there. That was the first time I was talking about. Where. Jakar Close. Yeah, if it was named after Cologne, huh? Jakar, Jakar Close. Yeah.
Jakar. No, I was about to say that shit does remind me of that commercial right now.
Yeah. And we got Cool Water Selecki, you know, like 2 old school cologne. Yeah, oh, here it is again, actually. Oh, I did. Oh, yeah, I did. Fast forward. Damn, right when it was about to happen. But there he goes right here. See, he just hooked the leg there to get the armbar.
That sounds like some fire-ass cologne that my grandpa used to wear. Damn.
Yeah. We'll have to listen to that again real quick. This is the broadcast team, DC, Mike Bisbee, the count. Right here. See, he grabs the leg there, throws the leg over, has his legs crossed, boom.
Damn.
Headshot dead in a different way, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That was the instance where the UFC canvas won this fight. Like it was Seletsky face versus the canvas.
He woke up like, what happened?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This my seat right here? Oh, yeah, he did slam me. Okay, yeah. Yep. Jakar close, man. I don't know who all got the bonuses. He better got a bonus for that one.
I seen last night at the end of the event, they were handing out bonuses like fucking Halloween candy, dog.
They should.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of
last
finishes.
time they came to Austin, you know, and it's well deservingly so.
Yeah, there was a lot of finishes. You know, that's what Uncle Dana, he'll reward those finishes. You know what I mean? If you're going for the win. But look at this. Picks him up. Right on his face. Boom.
Fucking knocked.
Ear.
Rocker.
Jaw.
Goddamn.
Temple. I mean, maybe not as he didn't get the lift that Rampage got, but I mean that seemed just as pretty bad. You know what I mean? Just as powerful, right? The spot of it. Watch this and this.
Damn, dude.
Sound like a slam, like in a WWE ring or something, or when they're, you know what I mean, just stomping on the mats. So, yeah, that's one bonus right there. Jakar close. Congrats, has to be, right? I mean, it has to be on that one. That's insane. To have, like, pretty much back-to-back slams, knockouts, when that's pretty rare. You know what I mean? That might happen once every, 10 years or something? I mean, that's crazy. I mean, then Misha Tate, did you watch her fight? I ended up watching it.
Yeah, I seen
Cupcake.
that one. Yeah, I was rooting for that ass the whole time. I love Misha Tate.
Yeah, that was her. Yeah, shout out to Misha Cupcake. Welcome back to the win column, because she hadn't won a fight like in 10 years. Like her last win was against Holly Holm when she choked her out to get the belt.
Yeah.
And then she just went on a streak. But I mean, obviously she's facing killers, but you know, she was on a run. I think she was up against it. Like this had to be win or lose almost thing, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, win or whatever you're gonna do, PFL or something, or I don't know. But I mean, she retired for a while, came back, but she looked good though. Like she was literally on it, like as far as the wrestling aspect. Because, you know, Avila had like a good jiu-jitsu background, you know, that's what but yeah. We all, you know, that's another man. You did another, you know, like you didn't do good service to jiu-jitsu or count on that too, that fight, because that was Misha Tate's high school wrestling background, always been a good grappler, you know, and she was able to freaking out wrestle her and just basically dominate her all the way, the whole fight.
She applied the pressure to her. She took it to her, and she implemented her game plan really well.
Yeah.
Because you could tell that she wanted to do that going in, and she did it.
Yeah.
You know?
She didn't mess with
it. You could just tell, because like from the get-go, that's exactly what she was doing, and she just applied the pressure the whole time, didn't relent, and got the dub.
Yeah, you're right. Like, you could tell that was part of the game plan. You know, like where it's like, we're going to wrestle this girl. That's it. I want that focus, close that distance, put her up against the cage, take her down. And it was kind of rinse, repeat, first 3 rounds.
Don't give her a chance to think.
Right, yeah. Or just on the feet. Why take that chance? Because Misha, I mean, you know, like striking's not always been her strong suit, you know what I mean? And some, like, I think just MMA has evolved so much where, you know, they're just looking just as crisp, you know, out there now as a man or whatever, you know, so.
Oh, yeah, bro, for sure. Everybody's killers nowadays, you know what I mean? All these guys, I guarantee you, they'll knock me the fuck out within like 10 seconds. You know
yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody, you know?
Yeah.
So crazy.
So high level now, it's crazy.
It's just a crazy sport, dog. I love it, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's cool. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, but she ended up getting kind of like a neck crank / rear naked choke, because she kind of had that angle, but she kind of cranked it and, just had a bad angle. And, she tapped the black belt, Avila. But it was pretty much rinse repeat. Take her down at will, dominate her on the ground, just be a step ahead in every grappling exchange. Like I said, great for Misha, because she was a underdog actually in that fight. A lot of underdogs, won on this card, so got the victories. Yeah, I didn't see the Clay Guida fight. Did you see that, Joaquin Silva?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I heard he lost, but he showed a lot of just old Clay Guida willing to just stand and bang still, or whatever,
Clay Guida's an OG, man. He's an OG.
Yeah, been around forever. Cut his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another one was, Sean Brady and Calvin Gastelum. This was a fight. I actually picked Gastelum to take this fight, I was thinking, because, he had been at 170 before, but I don't know if the weight cut affected him or not, on this fight, just because it's extra 15 pounds. He's been fighting middleweight. He's always been undersized middleweight. And I feel like if they had a 175-pound division, I think he could be better there,
I feel like the main thing that was against Kelvin Gastelum this fight, and Brady even said it himself after the fight, was the amount of fights that he's had. He's a vet, and he kind of hasn't really evolved his style that much.
Yeah.
He hasn't tried to change his style. It really didn't help him. Because I've noticed he tried to do that rhythm step shit before, and it really doesn't help him.
Right.
Like he ended up getting caught. Whitaker picked his ass apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And what's it called? I feel like that being said, this guy just studied him. He analyzed him. He developed
Sean Brady,
game plan. Yeah, he developed the perfect game plan for him, and he just implemented it. He for sure knew what he was doing in that fight. And not trying to knock Kelvin Gastelum or anything. That fool's an OG. He's hard. He's hard as fuck too. But he had his number in that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, every dog for sure.
Yeah, the fights that Gastelum struggled at middleweight at 185 with were guys who could route wrestle him and stuff like that. And Brady really just came in with that because Calvin, he has power for sure. We seen what he did Michael Bisping. What he had a war with Izzy. When Izzy was first became the title. He has good boxing, good hands, good head movement, good left hand. But I kind of feel like what you're saying too. Maybe his style hasn't evolved as much. But you know what I'm saying. And I noticed a couple of times Sean Brady, he kind of just does what Sean Brady does. Only one guy beat him. That was Bilal Muhammad. You know what I'm saying. So it's like everyone else, he pretty much dominates, just takes him down, and does his thing with them. And he was taking down Calvin almost at will and just getting good positions, almost like the Misha fight. He was always a step ahead of him, in every exchange, just kind of floating around him and just circling, getting his back, having in danger, here and there.
Yeah.
He was just doing what he had to do. Ended up with a Kimura in the third round. He got the sub, but it's like, man, Brady, with Brady, though, that's kind of like I said, what Brady does, I wasn't sure if he'd be able to do that to Calvin because Calvin, he's a state champion out of, back in high school days for wrestling in Arizona, which is tough. A lot of good wrestlers come out of there. And he has a jiu-jitsu black belt, 10th planet or something, So it's like, he's definitely versed on the ground. To see Brady come in and do all that to him, that was just, I wouldn't expect that, but kind of makes me think maybe the gas tank, because of the grappling aspect. We all know grappling is tiring, so maybe, but not to make excuses or anything like that, obviously, but I'm just saying, because everyone always thought Gastelum would be better at 170, if he could make the weight, right? It was just that because all the guys at 185 were a little too big for him, too strong with the wrestling, with whatever, so this is a fight, and maybe, I don't know what's next for him.
I think that one goes back to the old saying, dog. It's like you punch a black belt in the face, they turn into a brown belt,
Yeah, punch him again.
So forth.
Right. They lose a bout every time you crack them. Yeah.
At least with these guys, trained professionals.
Yeah, it's just like Mike Tyson. Everyone has a game plan until you get punched in the face. Then it's like, now you're in survival mode.
Mike Tyson's crazy. That's a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's a crazy motherfucker. I seen a video on Instagram. This fool, he's like, "Oh, fuck you," and there's nothing you can do about it.
I know he says some pretty crazy. He does say some pretty crazy shit. Yeah, what he told Lennox Lewis or whatever when he called him out or some shit. I'll eat your children. I'll do this. Back in the day. He was always one to say some way out shit.
Yeah, he was trying to be the boogeyman of his opponents, man. That makes me want to watch the old Tyson fights right there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Tyson was a beast back in the day, you know. But that question back to this fight with Sean Brady though, like that kind of shows with that dominance. No one really does. I mean, no one's done that. Maybe bigger dudes, you know, at 185. But that just leads to how good is Bilal Muhammad? You know, that's a question I have because Bilal Muhammad like pretty much dominated him, TKO'd him, Sean Brady when they fought. That was his last fight. So it's like and made it look kind of easy, you know. But you know that kind of shows that Bilal Muhammad. I don't know if you know, but he went and trained with the Dagestans. He went to Dagestan and trained with those wrestlers.
Yeah, for that fight.
For that card, yeah, for like a month or two or whatever in his camp. So I mean, he definitely leveled up his everything, not just his wrestling, but just even his hands, letting go more. Because usually he kind of has a rep for being a boring fighter or whatever, being boring fights. But in that fight, I mean, he brought it to Brady, you know, who is like he fights one way, kind of. You know, he's just gonna be in it, try to take you down, smother you, and do what he does. And Gastelum was able to. I mean, not Gastelum. Muhammad was able to stifle all those takedown attempts and just put it on him on the feet, you know. So
he was lining him up. He was with those laser accuracy fucking shots.
Yeah, dude.
His ass.
Some heavy hands too, you know. So that just shows how good you think Muhammad is right now. Like he's definitely the top 2 or 3, right?
I mean, he's deserving for a title shot, dog. Like they're neglecting him just because of, like you said, his style, and because it really doesn't draw. At the end of the day, that's really what it is. And then the welterweight division right now, with Kobe and everybody right now, it's like, and then Hamzat kind of going back and forth. It's kind of up in the air, I think.
Yeah. That's what the thing is with like Kobe. Don't be wrong, I'm a fan of his fighting style and all that, but he hasn't fought in a minute since the Masvidal situation.
Yeah,
you know that whole freaking fiasco, getting cracked. I guess he had to heal up too. Maybe it's smart to do that, but I'm saying like he don't even have a win in the top 15 right now. You know what I mean? Like everybody, he just does it. So it's like those are facts. You know, a lot of people say people hate on that, but nah, it's true. You know, Muhammad is kind of on a rise. Other than that, Leon Edwards, where eye poke, he was getting pieced up by Leon, but that was his last loss, or I don't know if it was no contest or what it was, but either way, that was his last fight like that. Other than that, he's been on a streak. Like I would like to see him and Kobe. I mean, I think that's a good fight.
Leon and Kobe?
Yeah.
That is a good one. Yeah. That one's coming up, no?
Nah. No, Leon Kobe for sure. Yeah, that's coming up December. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking that. I meant Bilal and Kobe.
Oh, Bilal and Kobe.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that one, but
possibly next.
Yeah,
possibly.
Yeah.
How do you think Leon and Kobe's gonna go?
I don't know, because a lot of people think just because he was able to stop Usman's wrestling and stuff like that, and you know, I think
MMA math too. It's like
that
makes no sense.
Exactly. I'm not using that at all. My way of thinking is Kobe has a totally different style of wrestling than Usman.
Yeah.
You know, a different pace. You know, like he wasn't able to overpower Usman. You know, I think he didn't want to go there because I think he thought Usman might be able to, you know, because he did stuff like 11 takedowns or some attempts in the second fight Usman did of Kobe. So it's kind of like it wears you out. Like I'm saying, if you're not getting him, he probably felt Usman's strength there. You know, he knows he's strong there. You know, so he didn't try to implement that pace that he normally does. You know what I mean?
And tell me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Leon low key? Like he was, I know that this wasn't a major factor in both of their fights, but he was making it a point to like kind of pick apart his legs.
Yeah. I would say so, yeah. Because everyone kind of knows Usman has bad knees, right?
Yeah, and that's the next point I was going to
get my bad, yeah.
You know, like I think that like that's going to make a difference too, you know? Because of that, who knows to what extent his knees are at. You know?
Right.
I know that he was openly telling Rogan about it, but I'm thinking Kobe and Leon might be different. I'm thinking that the takedown defenses might end up different, but who fucking knows, man? It's a fight.
Kobe definitely has a better chain wrestling style where it's just constant, just, okay, you stop this takedown. He'll put his freaking head down in your freaking crotch if he has to, grab your ankle. You know what I mean?
Type of attempt.
Yeah, exactly. And just constantly, even if you get a takedown and you start to get up, he'll just smother you another way, drag you right back down. Kind of like a Khabib, but just maybe not with the ground and pound. He'll do a lot of damage. But, you know, he's still this relentless on you constantly, you know, on all over you, basically, right? Yeah. So with his pace. So, I mean, if he could do that to Edwards, it's a totally different fight than Usman, who's just willing to kind of just prod forward with a good jab.
I have a feeling that fight, it's the first couple minutes of the first round is going to be a big decider for, like, the outcome of the whole fight.
Right.
Depending on, like, the takedown defense of Edwards. That's really what I want to see.
Yeah.
Like the first takedown.
Yeah.
I want to see the first takedown attempt and defense.
Yeah.
I want to see how that plays out.
And how Kobe reacts to that if he does get stuffed. Is he is he going to feel that strength and be like, all right, I don't know, I'll just stand and bang with him, or is he just going to keep, Robbie Lawler, like 20 takedowns, 25 or whatever he tried to that fight.
Either way, I feel like it's going to be an entertaining bout. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, for sure. Long time coming.
Do you have it going over under championship rounds?
Yeah, I think it's going to go in the later rounds, honestly. Because Kobe's not so much a submission artist or a finisher. If he is the one being, implementing his game plan or will, I feel like it'd be more later round maybe, or even just a decision, like if he does take it. If Leon Edwards takes it, I feel like it probably would be in the first 3 rounds. He might catch Kobe a little quicker because Kobe has been cracked a few times, his jaw. I mean, he always had a good chin or just great cardio and be able to recover, but he has been dropped a few times. Usman dropped him a couple times.
A reference I'm going to point out is this past main event is Sarukian catching Dariush with that nice shot. I have a feeling that maybe that could possibly end up happening in that bout too.
Right.
Per se, if the wrestling is taking effect, and he is worried about the threat of the takedown, it opens up the hands. And I know Kobe does have some hands. When he pulls it together, he has hands. Yeah, he could put people out too. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I have a feeling it might go under championship rounds.
Yeah, like first 3. Yeah. And who are you leaning, Kobe or Edwards in that one?
Shit, you know what I mean? I want to say Edwards just because I know the grit, I appreciate the grit, coming from Birmingham, Yeah, but I'm thinking Kobe.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with Kobe.
Also, Edwards was on such a long freaking win streak, or still is, right? I mean, what, still is. 11, 12 straight, something like that? I mean,
he hasn't lost since the first Usman bout.
You're right. The first Usman, and then, what's that mosquito over here? We got to kill that sucker. Yeah, exactly. So he's been on an insane run, and then, but yeah, I'm leaning Kobe myself just because of the pace, and it's a different matchup than Usman. A lot of people think, well, if he did Usman, like you say, MMA math does not work. Not in this case because they're 2 different styles of wrestling. Mm-hmm. Usman, like, he had a more wrestling heavy, like he's putting you up against a cage type of, like style. Not so much he's dragging you down and on top of you as much as Kobe. Like Kobe is, like I said, he's going to get you on the ground and then, you get up, take you right back down. He likes to do that, just keep returning you to the mat. Usman was more of a wrestler, just put you up on the cage and just, hit some uppercuts, you know what I mean? And maybe drag you down here and there, but more just about putting you up in the cage, opposing his will, So it's a two totally different style and pace. So I just feel like Kobe is going to be able to just outpace him, really. As long as he don't get hit with anything big, that's the thing, because Edwards proved that he's a sniper. He was losing the first Usman or second Usman fight. Head kick dead, and he just landed, he's seen that, set him up for it, and it was done, so, and that just gave him that confidence for the third fight. I mean, but yeah, dude, brother, I think that's going to be that's what a fight to end the year. Yeah, but did you catch the Figgy and the Davidson Figueiredo and Rob Font fight?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I caught that one. I made it home from what I had to do about like halfway through.
Yeah,
it was good, dog. Honestly, it was good. I wanted to see the earlier rounds.
I missed the first round myself. We'll watch that right now too. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, but I just noticed that Figgy, like, he was giving him problems. You know what I mean? And I noticed that from Rob Font. Like he implements his game, but how do I say this? It's like I feel like his opponents, from their body language and from what I see going on, I feel like they're not respecting his strikes like that. Like he does rack them up and he tallies up his strikes on numbers.
Yeah,
like he's not throwing anything that'll stagger anybody. Real
I hear you.
Nothing that they're worried about.
Yeah,
so they're coming forward, they're walking them down.
So he don't have big power.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, exactly. Or I feel like he chooses not to tap him up with it. Like he conserves it, and he's a volume guy.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Volume guy, like a Nate Diaz in a sort. But I don't feel like he could take the punishment and then like kind of get in their head like later on in the fight and then fucking lay it on them just like they do.
That's why there's only one Nate Diaz, because he's a zombie himself and he could take damage and just keep being like, laugh at you or whatever. Yeah. Fuck
real,
you. That ain't shit. Dog, yeah. So I mean, there's not anyone. You know, I think you hit it right on the head with Font, because I actually picked Font just because I was thinking, Figueiredo, yeah, he's gonna have a little less weight cut moving up to bantamweight. This is his first fight at 135. You know, which everyone thought he should have been anyway, because he walks around like 165 ish, whatever, to cut to 160 to cut to 125. Damn. So, and he had those wars with Moreno. They had 4 epic freaking fights. You know, which he didn't come out on top on most of them, but still.
It's crazy to think. It's like, even though they had all those wars, that shit is in the wayside now, because now it's what, Pantoja?
Pantoja, yeah.
Pantoja and Royval getting down for it now, right?
Yeah.
Taking that one.
Oh, man, I don't know. Royval's look freaking amazing lately.
It's a rematch bout, no?
I'm not sure on that one. Cause I know Pantoja ended up, that was a rematch when he fought Moreno.
Yeah.
To get the belt back. He beat him both times, actually.
I'm not too sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I heard in the promo saying that one was a rematch that Royval had a win over Pantoja. I'm not too sure. I want to fact check that one.
Yeah, let me look real quick. Yeah, but both those guys have been on a streak. I mean, Pantoja is a freaking beast, man. Damn, like, because he's a jiu-jitsu guy, right? So it's like, Pantoja, are you looking it up, or probably a little faster with it? It's on the same card as a Kobe and Edwards fight in December. But no, Pantoja, though, like, he just showed, like, his grit, you know what I mean? Because, like, I always thought he was just a jiu-jitsu guy type thing, you know, or whatever. But he was a guy who wants to take damage, and he just has big power, you know? Like, that's how he was able to beat Moreno. He just had a little bit more power, you know? So that's going to be a crazy fight right there for the flyweight. That was once a dead division, you know, they're trying to get rid of.
I know.
You know.
Think about if the longest reigning champion would have won again, they would have got rid of it. You know, that's crazy.
Yeah, undefeated, dominating everyone, you know. Yeah, like, that's the thing. It just wasn't as exciting because he freaking already, you know, he was just making it look too easy.
I don't know. You know I'm glad for Demetrius Johnson, though, because I know even me and my little brother, homeboy who I brought over here one time and shit. Yeah. Me and my brother, we used to always watch Demetrius Johnson's fights because they were always entertaining. You know, this fool be getting down the Xbox shorts and shit, you know, fucking just mopping these fools up, whether it was John Dodson once or twice or John Moraga or fucking...
all these new challenges, right? Or like, what was that? Hiraguchi or no, was that Kiyoshi Horiguchi? That guy.
And I was trying to think who was homeboy who he got him in that flying armbar.
Yeah, I know who was that. I remember we were talking about. It was like because it was like a back. He slammed him from behind, and because
he picked him up
from behind.
As he was on the way down.
He caught his arm.
Threw the legs up and fucking hooked him in the armbar. That shit was beautiful, dog.
He caught his arm. Like, just imagine this. Like, if you have someone and you're like you have their back, but they're on top of you, right? Like, that's one of my go-tos too. I like to go for arm bars from there, right? Because everyone's always just thinking choke, you know. But if I can fuck with this arm,
like inverted Russian arm bar type shit.
No, not inverted. No, just like say I have your back, but you're on top of me. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, I have the hooks in. I might not have the hooks in even. I have the hooks in, but not like a body triangle or whatever. Like, so I'm grabbing the arm, and then basically all I'm doing is just getting my leg, turning my body sideways, getting my leg over your head, and then it's an arm bar from the back, basically.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically the same concept, but you're standing, and he freaking did it mid-air. You know what I'm saying? Like, he picks him up and slams him and throws his legs over, as he's falling.
Like, do you feel like there's more control from that position?
I do, because that's one of my things I go for, and because no one's ever thinking arm bar from the back. You know, everyone's thinking you're going for a choke. You know what I mean? So everyone's just defending the neck and all that, which allows me to be able to, like, hook that arm and try to grab it. Yeah. And all I got to do now is I got the arm already, and one leg's on the right side. All I got to do is get my right leg, you know, clear their head, and now I have an arm bar from the back, basically.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm turning this way.
I'm visualizing.
You know what I mean? So it's basically the same concept, but he's picking him up in a slam from behind and throwing his leg over midair as he's falling to get that arm bar. Freaking incredible, dude. Like, that was like some WrestleMania type shit, but you know what I mean? Like,
that's right.
The way freaking, you know, that's even crazier than the freaking Rampage slam. You know, that's just like fucking how do you do that? You know?
Yeah.
You know, that was like last second too, right? That was like, I remember it was to win the fight. I mean, yeah, you're right though. Royval and Pantoja did fight before. I don't know who took it yet, but they did fight. So I'm assuming it was Pantoja because the guy's, you know, he hasn't lost very many. fights. Yeah, what did that happen? It was on a UFC fight night.
Let's fucking go. Hey, shout out Christian McCaffrey with that rushing touchdown, my guy. Let's go.
Oh, wait. What team's that?
Let's go. That's the 49ers. I'm over here on that Prize Picks right now. Oh, shit. Can I say that right now? Or am I advertising? Can I get some money for this?
Prizepicks.com.
Prizepicks.com. Use promo Rob. You won't get shit for it, but it's nice to know that you thought about me.
All right. Follow me, and then, follow you on, what's your Instagram? It's at
Rob_SRJR98.
There you go. There it is. So if you want to follow his bets, maybe start posting your bets on there. Possibly. You got your parlays going in multiple sports, right? Or are you more in the football scene with that?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm not even a bettor like that, man. Like, I'm a responsible gambler.
That's not what Tanner said. No.
Yeah.
Did you say? Did you just say?
Yeah. No, this guy. I just always fuck with him. I'll hit him up and I'll over exaggerate some shit. I'm like, I need to win.
I got this 6 freaking game 18 player parlay, or some crazy shit.
I feel like he jinxed himself because he told me, he's like, watch, he's like, hey fool, he's like, McCaffrey's gonna fuck you over with your parlay, and I'm like, all right, so be it, whatever.
Imagine having like a six parlay of whatever, either game or fights, whatever it is. And then you're on that last one, man, all the marbles, and then
dog, that's literally what I'm on right now. I'm waiting until 5:30 until the fucking Chiefs play what's it called? The Green Bay Packers. I need Travis Kelce to score a touchdown.
And he's on the Chiefs?
Yeah, he's on the Chiefs. I need Travis Kelce to score 1 touchdown, bro, because out of my 6-layer parlay, I hit 5 already. I put $5 down on this shit. If this motherfucking guy hits that shit, I'll pay $120.
Damn.
Yeah, dog, that shit would be nice.
Not bad, yeah. So I'm saying, imagine, all it is like, your shit well enough. It's just having whatever money. Like, say if you had 10 G's to put on some shit like that, like Drake be throwing all kinds of, the Drake curse, you know what I'm saying? Like, you win, like, even when he loses, he really wins.
What's even crazier is this is a protected play, so even if I lose, I get my money back.
Yeah,
that shit's straight, And
okay, so you like hedge your bets somewhat,
I'm using the promo and shit that they gave me. They're like basically like you have a free protected play, win or your money back.
Like sometimes you actually tie even when you lose.
I'm like, so why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Rather than buying a scratcher and I'm still down money, or buying a beer and then I just feel a little better and then I forget that.
Right. But then you smoke some bud and get your mind back. No,
I just figure, I'm like, man, this shit gives me a chance to win a little bit of cash, but I'm not crazy about it, dog. To where I'm like,
I hear you.
Like,
not yet.
Like,
let's hear that.
I need to put down another one. Like, fuck that. Like, nah.
Yeah. Not yet.
I just look at it like, it's gonna be a weekend. I'm gonna be bored at home. I'm like, what teams are playing? I look into the stats and all that shit, dog. I actually do my fucking research. I'm like, what are they ranked in their fucking defensive rating, usage percentage, and all that shit? I'm like, who's injured, injury report going in, all that shit. Dog,
Nah. You ever play fantasy football?
No. I have a couple homeboys who kind of like told me about that shit, but I'm not really like into other teams like that. I've just recently been just because of this shit.
No, but the thing is, okay, I hear what you're saying. But I'm saying the way you just describe what you do, your homework, the kickers all the way down to their defense, special team, whatever, right? Every freaking intricate details. I don't even play fantasy football anymore, but I used to. But it basically
sounds like it, huh?
You're basically describing that because that's what you need to know. But you kind of need to know all the players. It's not about a team. You build your own team, of all these like all-star players that you pick, just like have a draft or whatever. So it's like you basically have to do that where every little detail. So you know the players that are coming up. If you got injuries, so you got these waivers or who's on waivers. Like what I'm saying, like you could trade. It's the same shit, but you're the commissioner or you're the president of your team, basically. So it's like you got all these guys going head to head, and you got to make moves that like your star players get hurt. You got to have backups. I know
the gist of it. It's like you basically have a draft in the beginning, and it's like you fucking you draft like your own player, like players from all around the league, and make your own team. No,
right, and
then you go based off how they do on a weekly basis or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, points.
I feel it.
It's fun. It does make it's really time consuming though. That's the thing. It's like a part-time job. Like if you're doing all the research, you're looking at all the different websites. They have like a shitload of websites that give all this different type of stats or things you didn't think about, or what I'm saying, like just details on each player. So it's like you just kind of know just how to even put your lineup up or whatever, what receiver's going to use.
There's chances to win money in that shit.
Yeah. What's good? The homies at work, Keanu and Steve-O, they're in it. Huh?
Reeves?
Yeah, you know Keanu?
Reeves?
Yeah, you know Keanu?
No, dog.
Oh, Reeves. Hey, you know what though? Hey, so my homie told me though that Keanu Reeves bought his guitar. He gets a guitar special made or a fucking bass or some shit right here in Redlands.
Oh, really?
You know that guitar shop, Redlands Guitar Shop, like right downtown, Orange Street. Yeah. No, Keanu. I'm thinking Reeves. Is that his last name? Duh. Nah, Keanu Wallace, homie. But anyway, his cousin. Let's get on. But anyway, like no, but they have a freaking championship belt. That shit looks tight, dude. It looks like just. I was like, man, that makes me want to kind of play again. It's been like forever since I played.
Hey, Doc, when are you gonna get the UFC belt over here?
I need to get that. They sell the replicas for about a G or so, like $900.
Feel that.
Basically the same thing. I know, huh? There you go. I should have got one when I was in Utah, but man, we went all out on that trip, so I was already like, do I want to put this on that? You know? So I was like, yeah, we went to the UFC 291, but yeah.
That's what's up, dog.
Yeah. But I seen that belt there for sale. I was like,
always
man.
gonna be a forever cherished memory. I guarantee you.
For sure. Hey, especially I got to meet Jalen Turner, and took a picture with him. And
that's what's up. I hear he's a really cool guy, dog.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I've seen interviews, like he's a really humble, respectful guy, just from what I see.
Yeah. Like, have you seen Rampage Jackson's podcast at all? YouTube?
I didn't, dog. It seems like everybody has a podcast now. I need to explore. I need to look into it.
Jackson, it's good, man. I binge watched it for like a few minutes, or like a few episodes, different fighters, because he has fighters on there. He brings different insight. He's a natural at that shit. He's funny,
That's what's up.
Yeah. But he had I guess Jalen is actually sponsored by his guys. It's called Jackson. But like he sponsored, and Bobby Green was, which brings us to that fight. It's like, man, Bobby Green, Jalen Turner. This is a fight I was kind of basically fit.
IE Showdown.
It said Fontana versus Fontana, but also Bobby Green from the Dino too. So it's like, training Redlands. You know what I mean? Just right here, Jalen Turner too, training Redlands. So both these guys are just IE freaking. A lot of guys are coming up. Kevin Holland, like from here, they're getting on the map or putting it on the map. But this fight, I was kind of torn on this fight. I was 50-50 a little bit. I was leaning Bobby Green just because he was in a camp. He was scheduled to fight Dan Hooker until this got canceled. He got canceled. The same arm or whatever he broke fighting Jalen. He re-injured it right before, like, I don't know what it was, 2 weeks before the fight or something, 10 days or something, 9 days. Jalen Turner takes the fight. Comes in, so I'm thinking the weight cut, last minute, not really training. Because even when I talked to him in Utah for that it was only a couple minutes, whatever. We took a little picture type thing. I asked him like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm just chilling. I'm not even really thinking about a fight right now. I'm not even really training yet. Just kind of just relaxing."
Who's this?
Jalen Turner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was kind of just saying he was relaxing and all that, but for him to come in not really training hard because he didn't have any fights scheduled or anything. I'm sure he's training, obviously. Stay in shape all year round. Yeah. But damn, to come in on that notice and have that type of show on Bobby Green, man, against Bobby Green.
Oh, yeah, bro.
It's like, man.
I hate to say it, dog, but it's like I'm really not surprised just because it's like the young wolf, old wolf. It's like striker. You feel
right.
Me? I didn't really see it going to the ground. I didn't see Bobby trying to turn into a wrestler and try to fucking smother his ass.
And he had a huge reach. He had a huge reach advantage. That's a problem.
That fucking part, yes.
That's a problem you have to solve. Like either way, just paper, just fighting styles.
Even Hooker too, dog. Like Hooker, I'm not too sure that he would have that much more of a reach, but I'm sure that Hooker would have had a reach on him, dog.
A little bit.
Those high knees are vicious.
Yeah.
Especially that's a threat for anyone who loves to duck their head or anything.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, dog.
Hands down.
Good, like, I'm not trying to knock anybody's performance, but it was good. It was brutal for me to see it. Like, Bobby go down like that.
Yeah, for sure. That referee, dude. The referee needs to get fucking. I mean, bring him in the back and whip his ass. You know what I'm saying? At least.
Something, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Do some shit to this dude, because. Come on, man. And Dana White in the pro fight.
On his fucking referee record.
Because literally, I was like screaming. I'm like, dude, I'm like freaking. I feel like Adrian and Rocky, stop the fight. Me and Nick are watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Like, fuck. It's like, you don't want to see that, because realistically, he was kind of dropped from the first shot. Like, I think it was it a knee that came and then a punch over it or a kick or something. and then it was a punch after that.
Yeah,
just
it was a knee or a kick.
Yeah.
It was a knee/kick, and then a fucking punch.
The punch that and it hit him right on the ear type shit, but you could tell, boom, face down.
Yeah, because as soon as he planted his foot, he fucking wobbled, you know? And, and from that, you could tell that he was done, and then he hit him with the fucking...
That's right, he did like a stanky leg, right?
Yeah.
It was a right hand, I think.
And then Jalen followed that shit up with a double jab to basically see where his head movement's at, and then he hit him with another fucking straight right cross, which was basically what he was loading up after the, you know, like that double jab. The double jab was just a distraction and shit, and then he fucking just got him, you know, boom, got him right behind the ear, and then
face down.
Yeah, he fell after that shit, fell face down. Then he got a couple in. He got a couple more than he should have in, but yeah, I don't know, man.
That's one thing that I didn't like though, was that I felt like he got knocked out twice in that. I felt like that was a double knockout. Like I was saying, because, you know, it was fucked up to say, no disrespect to Bobby Green. You're ready. I fuck your shit. No but love. Like, fuck, dude. You know, and he had a lot of shit on his plate. He was getting into with Arman Sarukian's team all week, you know, all these different fights. I mean, so he's already in, you know, a different mind. And he's got Jalen Turner, a killer, longer guy, 6'7" inch reach advantage, you know, huge guy. He could literally beat John Jonesing people in that division with his size, you know.
I have a feeling, bro, like if you would have gave Bobby that opponent with a full training camp, no distractions, it would have been different.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. But the thing I was about to say too was like with the ref again, like I felt like it was a double knockout, like I said, because it seemed like it was like sometimes when you go out, they hit you, you go back, you know, you wake you back up and then put you out again, because he was kind of just face down, and it seemed like he did go limp with a couple of those, like, you know, side shots or whatever, the finishing shots, and then, you know, the ref just kept let it going, you know. I don't know if that's a Texas thing, like, we'll wait till we carry this boy out, you know.
Yeah, they're like, fuck it, hey, just entertain for the crowd real quick. The way I look at it though, dog, I'm like, if this man isn't showing how do I say it? If this man isn't showing, like, basically that he's willing to fucking get out of this position, or that he's trying to get out of this position, and he's openly defending himself, you know what I mean? It's like, then you have to call it, you know, because he was basically just
face down,
turtled up, flat down, eating shots, you know, more than he should have. It's like, dude, like, as soon as 4 of them got in, I would have called it. It's like, I would have gave him at least like a cool, like, even like an NBA fucking 1, 2, 3, 4.
We
5.
do it a little different here in Texas, you know, like carry them boys out. Now, you know, like, fuck, bring on another fight, you know, like they just he let it go way too much, dude. And, you know, he had to feel bad. He said he felt bad, whatever, like horrible with that. But yeah, dude, that was horrific to watch. I get it. That's gives the sport almost, you know, a little fucked up, you know, like, damn, this savage shit. But you know, it's bad and horrible to see. Yeah, I was like, man, watching it, but
I mean, I'm sure that there were probably way worse ones in the days and shit. But I'm just saying, dog, it's like, you know, like this fool. I get it. Like, part of me kind of did give like a little bit of respect to the ref for doing that shit, just to like give him the chance to get back. But if you notice that the man's openly just like, he's just turtling. He's not trying to fucking like maneuver his position or change his position and shit. He's just basically just crybaby, like, not, I mean, being a ref, but I'm just saying, like, he's basically just turtling up at that point.
No, he's not defending at that point. He's just trying to survive at that point. Survival instincts.
Yeah, he's just trying to protect himself from the most brain damage accumulated possible.
Exactly.
And if he's not willing or able to change his position at that point, and he's just taking brain damage, I think that he should just call it, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Because it's like, at the end of the day, these guys could have way more fights, you know, and make a lot more money, live a lot more years, you know?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Same time, too, like, But then it's like, the referee, I was about to say, the refs got the toughest fucking jobs, though, because it's like, you know,
it's all in a razor split second decision.
And not only that, like, if he does call it too quick, it's like fucking
he faces scrutiny.
Yeah, like the fighters are pissed off, like, oh, you call that shit too quick, like, you know what I'm saying? I want fucking, you know,
especially with a fan. I feel like that's why he let it go so long, is because especially with a fan favorite like Bobby Green, you'll face, and you know he's a warrior. Yeah. You'll face a lot of scrutiny if it's like, say, like he eats two, boom, and then he's like, no. It's like, hey, what the fuck, dude? It's like, I wanted this dude to win, like you didn't even give him a chance to fucking work or move or anything. I feel like it should be like the
or to recover and you
recover.
Know,
you know, I feel like it should be like not even saying like comparing it to the NBA at all, but I'm just saying like do like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on how well he's defending himself. If he's not unconscious and he's able to fucking defend himself.
What do you mean in the NBA?
Like, he's just
what?
turning like. Because basically, dog, like in the NBA, when these fools fucking inbound the ball, they're just like,
oh, I know what you're talking about. To inbound it. Okay.
To inbound it. But I'm just saying, like basically, if these fools are in a position and they're just absorbing strikes, say, even if they're not hurt and they're just like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, nah. You got to try to fucking change your position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because your job is to protect the fighter, though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Fucking mosquito.
That's what I'm getting at.
When's mosquito season over? Motherfuckers. God.
I know, huh?
It's like, damn.
I thought that shit was going summer, dog.
I was like, damn. Fools are never shit. They're like ever evolving mosquitoes now. Bite you through your clothes, It's like, damn, dude. And stick around all year round almost.
Change it to a conspiracy podcast, dog. Did you see that the fucking mosquitoes, like, I guess that they were making, like, fucking mutated mosquitoes or some shit? They were injecting them with some type of shit?
I believe it. I mean, because mosquitoes have spread disease and spread shit. So it's like, why not be able to spread, like, whatever it is, this damn vaccine that they're trying to get us, like, actually put.
I heard that shit on
there's another way. These guys don't want to take the vaccine. We'll get it another way. I can hear that. I can see that for sure. You know what I mean? I definitely see that it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
That way, win or lose, you got the people that are willing to freaking go get the vaccine. And then the ones that are going to be like, well, they don't want to, get it to them one way or another. Their food,
have you seen
the
all
mosquitoes.
That propaganda that they're putting out lately about, like, the dogs and the fucking illnesses in the dogs? And
nah.
Basically, they're saying, like there's, like, a weird, like respiratory illness going around in dogs and shit. Like, saying, like, to fucking keep your dogs away from, like, dog parks or some shit. Like, I don't know. I've been getting a bunch of shit, like, news like that on my phone. But I'm over here thinking, I'm like, all right, just in my head, in the back of my mind, I'm like, what kind of fucking vaccine are you trying to put on my dog now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because they give them their shots from right away, all kinds of shots. We don't know what the hell's in those shots from the get-go.
Exactly. I don't know. I just think about like
same thing with our kids. They make us vax kids from the to get into school or to do whatever. Like I get it.
Yeah.
We don't know what's in these vaccines. They tell us it's good for you or it could do whatever. But that's the same thing they're saying with the COVID vax, where we all know now is ineffective. If anything, it's freaking detrimental to people.
But the steps of the process is what fucks me up. Is because it's like I guarantee you post this shit, dog, you get removed. The steps of the process is what fucks me up, because it's like
disclaimer.
They say it's good. They say it's good for you, and then all of a sudden they mandate it because not enough people want to take it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why are you mandating it if it's good for you? You know what I mean? If enough people want to take it, wouldn't you think that word of mouth would spread because it's good for you and that it's helping these people that took it? Yeah.
Damn,
I don't know. It's so crazy.
I killed one already. I gotta get these. Yeah, you got to clap them like that. Right? No, I hear you, though. Yeah. I mean, mandate it. But not only that, like, when they know it's.
Because, like you said, like, in order for a kid to, like, go into kindergarten, they have to have their vaccine and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, why, in a way? Like, I get it, but I don't know.
For the safety of others, you're going to spread. But this thing, with this vax, as far as COVID, the reason
different.
It's like, but there was literally like 5 competing companies that came up with a vax, like miracle record time. They fuck all the FDA tests. Before it'd always be like 10 years. You got to have all these tests, to make sure no trials, no anything, So it's like no one knows any effects. It's like, I don't know, dude. I'm more on the thing like I'm not gonna make myself sick on purpose to try to build immunity towards something. Why not promote healthy eating, fitness or exercise or, you know what I mean? Like building your immune system to fight stuff instead of, take this, get sick first. Let's get you sick to get you better or be able to fight it better later. You won't get it as bad, but you still might get it, like it just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just a money grab is what it was, That's all it was. That's why you had 5 different ones come out and all those different side effects that you haven't tested. You don't know what's up. You know what I'm saying? They have all this shit in there. It's just all these different chemicals. Everyone having crazy, like young people having heart attacks and stuff like that. Like just out of nowhere, like record numbers. And maybe it is social media. We can see it more, but nah, we don't worry about it. You had a few, the Len Bias basketball player type dudes, Hank Gathers. There was like guys who stood out for this happening to them, like on the basketball court or something. Also, these are freaking high level athletes, you know what I mean? But so, I mean, they're overexerting themselves, but I'm saying now it's kind of like happening to way younger people, even, like adolescents, and young adults, where it usually doesn't happen,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's a trip, man.
I'm just more like, I didn't take a vax. Never took the flu shot. Like, I don't really get the flu I don't get that crazy sick, but I'm not saying I can't, knock on wood, because I have, before, and it sucked ass. But, same time, it's like, I feel like you got to just be a little bit more conscious of what you eat, what you do, and just keep active out there. Nobody has the answers, but, like I said, I'm not going to just because Joe Biden or whoever the fuck is in charge, even Trump actually endorsed it. So a lot of people like to forget, like a lot of Trump supporters, like to forget. I'm not saying I don't care either way, because I think they're all corrupt. The whole system's corrupt. But but I feel like people forget the fact that he was pushing the vax. You know what I'm saying? He was actually, this is my vet. I want to be known for this. He actually kind of said that. Yeah. So it's like that kind of goes against a lot of, like that's why I think why he lost a lot of supporters too, from a lot of right-wing people that are just totally against that. You know what I mean? Like, they want their freedoms. They want that. Also, with the YouTube thing and just censorship, allowed a lot of that stuff to happen as well, that people don't like to talk about or think, they just think just because he's on Twitter talking shit, that everything is good. But at the same time, laws were passed taking people's shit, That's why Alex Jones got pissed off with Trump, Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck, like, just because he's just, he was pissed about it, you know what I'm saying? Because he was backing him. He kind of got him elected. Then all of a sudden, he's a fucking conspiracy guy, or he gets deplatformed, you know what I'm saying? Like, off of YouTube. Alex Jones.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm saying he was a huge reason why Trump got elected. That's why now he's just like, fuck. Well, he got censored like crazy, deplatformed. I'm not saying it was Trump's fault, but laws were passed under his watch, So it's kind of, like I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. They're all the face. They're all in the same gang. They're all in the same gang. They're all on the same team. So it doesn't matter, like, left, right, or, left, right, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Left, right, center.
Back to the old comedy sketch, dog, where it's like one fool holding two fucking puppets and shit.
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. That's how exactly it is. Yeah, it's like that shit because...
And at the end of the day, the people holding the fucking puppets, dog, they're all the big corporations or the pharmaceutical companies. That's what I think.
Nowadays,
big corporations and pharmaceutical companies, at least for the U.S.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're talking billions, trillions, whatever, billions of dollars of just how much do they make with a vaccine. Then you get to the hospitals where they're actually getting paid more, or they get kickbacks for, like, COVID.
They fund it.
No, but I'm saying for...
feels owed to them.
Yeah.
They fund, likewise, like hospitals or medical institutions, they'll fund motherfucking campaigns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Lobbyists, yeah.
Yeah, just like that motherfucker from FTX, that fucking nerd-ass fool Sam Bankman-Fried and shit, who just got busted this year for all that. I think it was like a Bitcoin scam or something.
Oh, really?
That. But yeah, dog, long story short, this fool funded the most fucking, like, percentage of the Democratic Party, basically most of fucking Joe Biden shit, and they kind of like threw him under the bus. Like, he was like their fall guy.
Oh shit, I hear you.
For their finances in a way.
Damn.
Yeah, because everything that he did, all that cryptocurrency shit, was a scam. And that's a whole other rabbit hole to get.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure, dog. Honestly, I wouldn't even know the first thing about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These fools are creating so many rabbit holes that you don't even know where the fuck to start.
Exactly. So many rabbit holes you wouldn't even know where to start, and then it takes you away from the original point.
Yeah.
To where it's like, where's my
so distracted.
It's like, where's my money going?
Yeah.
Shit,
where did it go? Exactly.
like,
it's gone.
And it's like, we need more money.
Ukraine, for $40 billion in Ukraine.
Ukraine, Taiwan, this, that, and that, and then it's like, dog, I'm
funding all these wars.
Walmart, and then it's like, there's way more homeless people up in there looking out for each other than there ever been and shit.
But especially here in Redlands, there's like so many more homeless now. Period, and that's just Redlands, who was never known for that type shit. California in general, but just period in the whole fucking country,
I've seen some other shit.
But we're sending $40 billion.
I've seen some other shit online. That's like a lot of rich Texans. They're buying a bunch of fucking like rich ass housing out here. A lot of them are migrating out here, so it kind of makes sense. It's like all the fucking minorities are migrating outwards to like the border states and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
All the rich fucking people are trying to come into the nice scenic fucking places.
Okay.
Cali, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just like, I don't know. It makes me think about fucking Maui and shit.
Why do you think they're doing that though? Like, why you feel?
I don't know. I feel like it's all part of a long game plan that we won't necessarily understand, and if we do catch wind of it, we'll want to revolt, and that's why we won't know anything about it.
But you think we're even together enough to have enough people to be able to revolt?
No.
And that brings me back. That brings me back to the left and right. Is because divide and conquer.
Yeah.
You got people finding like you're basically split down the middle. Then how are you gonna fucking revolt when you can't even? You're still fighting with each other. Like we're 50-50. We might not agree. We're going to fight on it. Then how are we going to, everyone has to find that common human element where you're getting screwed over. Now it's time. Let's all get together as humans and do it,
I think right now, dog, in the United States, our biggest fucking thing to worry about is them taking away our Second Amendment.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's always been the plan.
Because literally, dog, every fucking communist country before they went down the fucking shitter, down the drain hole.
Yeah.
They took away the citizens' fucking rights.
Yeah.
They took away their rights to fucking bear arms, and then they ended up doing a gang of fucking extra shit. And it's like, nah, once they start doing that, they have the liberty to do whatever they want because they know that you can't defend yourself.
Because they have the control.
Yeah.
They got the badass weapons.
Yeah. Well,
they want to ban assault rifles, but they got motherfucking Rambo type shit,
Exactly. And tanks and shit. Fucking cameras and all that shit. I'm like, dude, it's crazy. I feel like
drones.
There's multiple attacks going on right now, and there's covert sabotage going on all around. It's like it's just, I don't know.
Almost the scariest ones might be actually like cyber attacks because, like, if say we just right now we're looking at our phones, whatever, they cut out everyone's internet at once, and say Cali even or the United States, that's pandemonium right there. Yeah. People would just kind of be like, I don't know what to do. I can't get it.
And I'll make this as a disclaimer right now, just in case anybody is trying to spy on any of this shit, and just so that it is here, I'll let you know right now, I do love being an American. I will never betray this country for any other country. Just because I'm speaking on things that people above me, people in power won't want to fucking agree on, doesn't mean that I'm a traitor,
Right.
It means I'm practicing my First Amendment right, And it's crazy, dog, because if you post something on like a platform nowadays, it's like, and it does garner enough attention and views, they'll want to blacklist you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Cancel culture is real. You know what I'm saying? For sure. They'll cancel you like that. That's whatever you say. Yeah. That's what's kind of crazy though. I saw this trend because I follow this guy on Twitter. He's called Donnie Darkland. I don't know if you ever seen Donnie Darko, the movie. You ever see that?
I think I have scrolled by it.
I have. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This guy kind of has he has a whole thing where he feels like Trump. I mean, I even feel like kind of crazy mentioning this shit, but he feels like Trump is like Antichrist if you want to get biblical with all this. Yeah. Like if you look at the biblical, like where like the end times revelations, how like a guy's gonna come in as a savior or whatever, then it's someone that we kind of shunned away, didn't want, but then all of a sudden like something's going crazy, like World War III is about to happen on the brink, and then some guy's gonna come in and change all that, and we're all fucking like asking for him back almost, type thing, right? That's part of the Bible, you know what I mean, right? So. It's like shit like that, so he kind of has this belief that, right? Like I said, it's wacky. But as far as the movie goes, he has a whole theory that movie is kind of like, there's all these symbols in there. You should watch the shit on YouTube where it connects to Trump, like just a bunch of numbers, just a bunch of shit, like his life. Because it's kind of weird how Trump, like...
Numbers and dates and stuff.
Dates and, like, 88 is real big in it. And there's stuff in the movie that, like, kind of just, like, Easter eggs type shit of things to come even, like stuff like that, and it's interesting. If you watch that stuff. But
have you been seeing the Simpsons Dark Winter things to come?
Nah, what's that? I know Simpsons have some predictive programming, big time.
Basically, these fools. I've been seeing a bunch of videos on this shit, and like these conspiracy fucking videos. Long story short, these fools are saying like the Simpsons are fucking predicting like a dark winter, like it's gonna be like a fucking like. Type of like electrical attack to where
winter is here.
Yeah. Winter's
so like here, Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
winter is coming.
Winter there's gonna be here. Pretty much like we're just gonna be without like power and shit.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was talking about with the cyber attacks, but to the next level of just the power grid going down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm
No,
saying.
then that's the scary thing right there, because then we won't even know what's going on. Then, yeah, my bad. They could. That happens. We won't. It's all about looking into the skies. They could
I don't think that'll ever happen because
alien invasion.
Just for the fact, dog, our enemies would know that we are so divided right now. We'll just destroy each other. If we don't have this in front of us and we don't have fucking distractions, we'll destroy each other.
Right.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But me, I'm the type of person. I'm like, I don't know. I keep to myself.
Try to be positive, where maybe we'll band together, but. Yeah, I hear you though.
Yeah, I have my group of people. I have my group of people for sure.
That you're gonna mess with.
But just in everyday life, I don't know. I just keep to myself. I just like to be ready, and like just in case anything, just shit could always hit the fan at any fucking time.
Like, yeah,
you know what I mean?
anytime.
It's like even those fucking people in Israel or fucking wherever they are in Palestine or wherever the fuck that shit's going on, dog.
Right, yeah.
Shit was fine 2 months ago.
Right. What do you think about that whole Israel Palestine thing? Like, because you're getting propaganda on both sides.
I think that shit is never gonna end, bro. It's so deep. It's so deep. If you think about it, that war has been going on for thousands and thousands of years.
Regardless of what they're called or borders.
Based on religion and land.
Yeah.
If you have something going on that long, and it has been going on that long, think about it, dog. It's like it's been going on that fucking long. There are fucking families who are just living their life just knowing like, oh, the Palestinians fucking killed your uncle and shit, like, or the Israelites fucking killed, just living their life based off hate and shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like for them, it's too far gone for them to meet a common ground.
Right. I think it's fucked up for us to have to. We're sending more money for there though. Like, why we got to support their wars, and we're sending our ships there because Israel.
It's because we're investing in our own military fucking complex, dog. Our military industrial complex. We're basically putting money in so we could fucking make more money out of it. Because we sell arms, dog. Like not us. I'm not even gonna say us, but the United States. And certain fucking private institutions with ties to the United States, but you'll never see it on paper. They fucking, they're tied in and they fucking sell arms in giant fucking amounts to these fucking people and basically fund these wars. So that's why our gas prices and everything are going down now. It's like we basically need war for our economy to get a little bit better.
Oh, for sure, yeah. War is money.
It's the hard truth. It's really the hard truth. It's like, I don't know honestly, dog, it's like, I don't know.
But then there's so much corruption with that. Like, if you look at the Bushes and all that, they kind of thrive through every war. Like, where
weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, but not only that, but just like being in bed, like you were saying earlier with the pharmaceuticals, but lobbyists and stuff like that who they're in bed with as far as like business sense, guys who build tanks or make bullets, do all those type guys, Halliburton, these guys who are freaking have that type where you're producing tanks, mass fucking amounts, jets, all this shit, having money in that. Like, I seen a jet cost like billions or 100 million type shit.
You know how much?
You know what I'm saying? Like
this, like just one of those ICBMs, those intercontinental fucking ballistic missiles. Those things cost multi-million-dollars, dog.
But even if they even said that, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could even just be saying, we're making all this shit, but yet just because they could get that money, like they're not even buying all that shit. That's my thing. That's why I think we're in Ukraine. I think it's like it's a freaking money laundering scam. Honestly, we're protecting our investment over there, which is like these viruses and biolabs that they have. We're protecting that as well, against Russia, because Russia is trying to come into they're trying to basically Russia against that whole region, really.
Yeah, they're shutting
down. If you look at NATO,
shutting down all the defiance.
Like, if you look at NATO, you know what I'm saying? Russia's still not in NATO. Ukraine's not either, but they're still trying to. It's like either way, NATO's trying to bring Ukraine in. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to recruit them almost because they're on the border of Russia. So it's like they want to get that more leverage on Russia, who's not against, with them. So the thing is, Russia is kind of like that's kind of almost half of Ukraine is Russia almost, or whatever, citizens. So it's like that's part of them too. So they're trying to pull them as well, or control that part. Yeah. So then that bring them stronger against NATO.
But in a way too, dog, it's like I understand Russia's way of thinking, because if you look at it, dog, every fucking 100 years, Russia has been invaded.
Right.
Every 100 years, whether it's been the Mongols, whether it's been the fucking Bolsheviks, whether it's been the motherfucking Germans, whether it's been, you know, no, I'm not even saying Ukrainians because they started that shit, but it's like, you know, every 100 years they've been invaded.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just took preemptive strike actions because they noticed that they're like, okay, NATO's over here claiming this country. They claim this country. And now they vowed not to claim fucking Ukraine, but yet they broke that treaty. And because of the fact that Russia took the first strike, it's like, okay, like you did me wrong, but I'm fucking correcting you for it. And you're highlighting my correction to your wrongdoing.
Right.
That's what all this shit started from. And that's what we're seeing as American people. But the people who are willing to look into the context of the situation, they're just like, oh, yeah, fuck Russia. Like, boom.
No, yeah.
They have a common enemy. They have a villain. They have somebody who they can hate. You know what I mean?
We've been bred, like, ever since I was a kid, bred to hate Russia. Russia's the enemy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we've already had that instilled. It could be totally nuclear war between us and Russia. We're the two superpowers. You know what I'm saying? We've been taught that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's just our propaganda, dog. Just because it's like even Russia's probably doing that shit too. Just because they're our biggest competition. You know, they have the same probably amount of allies.
It is crazy though when other countries start like telling our faults to them, like how when their perspective.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, I want to see a newspaper from like their allied countries, like saying what we're fucking doing.
Yeah.
Because what we're saying Russia's over here spreading false propaganda to Latin American countries and shit just to smear our name. I'm like, okay, what countries do Russia trade with? What countries do we trade with? We don't trade with any of these countries. So why do these countries like even, you know, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just like, dude, I'm just following the money.
Yeah.
You follow the money and it's like, okay, they're not doing anything for you. So of course.
Jews. Just kidding.
It's like they're
just kidding. Just kidding.
And that's
don't cancel me.
That's why we love them. And that's why you can't say anything about them right now, because they run Hollywood and they basically fucking control everything. I hate to say it, nothing hateful, but it's fucking true.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean, it's true. Yeah, that's why everyone's last name who produces is like Goldstein or something.
Yeah, Goldman.
You know, some weird
Goldman
shit.
Sachs, all that shit.
Yeah, some shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. And what's crazy? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Except for Benil and Sarukian.
Sarukian fucking slept our youth, dog. I didn't expect that. Honestly, if I were to put some money down on that shit, bro, I would have thought it would have went over like 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Sure, I thought it would have been like a grappling exchange.
That's what I was thinking. But then, you know, like, that's what I was saying, that Nick's all, because we watched the fight, and he was saying, well, Sarukian came in with a head kick, knockout, spinning head kick. I didn't see that, though. I wasn't paying attention to those highlights. You know what I mean? So I didn't know he was going to do that. You know what I mean? I didn't know I'm not saying I didn't know he was capable of it. Obviously, everyone is, but everything I've seen him was, like, grappling heavy. Like, he gave Islam Makhachev the toughest fight out of everybody, even though he almost lost to Volk. But I mean, other than Volk, like as far as just even grappling wise, you know, it's so that's a rematch I'm anxious to see now, because he definitely leveled his game up. You know, because Benil Dariush, obviously he's a jiu-jitsu guy. He's not known for his striking, but he does have some striking. You know what I mean? Like he does have good Rafael Cordero, you know, like background where those Shuto box got. You know, Rafael Cordero goes all the way back to Shuto box. You know, when they were, you know, in their heyday, Anderson Silva, Vanderlei Silva, the Hua brothers, Shogun, Ninja, you know, all, you know, Chris Cyborg.
Killer left overhand too.
Yeah, he has a nice left overhand. He's got some good timing with the kicks. You know what I mean? So that shit alone, I mean, I was like, damn. So I wasn't expecting Armand to come in here and just knock him out like that. Like the knee at first rocked him, but then that's what I was thinking of earlier with Bobby Green. But it was Armand when he caught it with the knee, kind of not so flush, but then the right hand to follow the knee, and then finished him up with a couple more big shots. But Neil was out for a minute. It was like, that's what we're saying. It was like at the point where they had to like zoom in just on Armand. You know, like as I was telling Nick, it was like they get a face shot of him because you couldn't have the camera pan over to Benil just freaking knocked out cold. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that was another one. That was even worse than the Bobby Green, because at least Bobby Green got up and he was a little coherent right after, you know. But Benil, like, he was out, you know. Like, so he stood on the stool for a minute. That was pretty ugly. That's 2 losses. That's 2 straight losses for Bonillo. After he was another guy who was kind of almost owed a title shot. You know what I mean? He was on an 8-fight win streak, beating everybody up until he got to Oliveira, and Oliveira kind of ran through him. And then this fight just kind of, dude, almost the passing of the guard. Just shows these new guys, Arman Tsarukyan, that guy's kind of rounded now because before it was mostly grappling heavy attacks, you know, so he was known for that. But to come in here and do what he did, like with just knock out, you know, it's like, damn, devastating fashion. It's like, damn, dude, Tsarukyan he said he's already trying, he wants a title shot next. I mean, like I say, he had a close fight with Islam, kind of split decision type thing. It could have went either way, you know.
I don't think he's going to get it.
Not yet. Not yet, no. There's too many people right now in line, right there at the top. Bigger money fights. You got the Oliveira rematch, you know, and then you have...
He's going to have a #1 contender fight next.
And Justin Gaethje. Yeah, like I said, yeah, 1 or 2 more wins for sure, but why not call out the best, you know, if you're feeling that, especially after that type of devastating knockout. Mm-hmm. And he was beefing with Bobby Green all week. His team and Bobby Green, you know, they were beefing like where he freaking choked, like kind of choke slapped Bobby Green, you know, when Bobby Green was talking crap.
I just feel
threw
like
a couple punches.
I feel like that would be a nice matchup, but because of the trajectories, they're not going to meet up right now.
Not yet, no, for sure. Like, he's still got at least 2
now, I feel like Bobby Green, a good matchup for him would be his original matchup in Dan Hooker, because Hooker's coming off injury and he's coming off a knockout. So
yeah,
make that fight again. You know, it could even be a main event for a fight night or something. You know,
yeah.
Maybe not a main event based off what they're coming off of, but who knows? A little 3-rounder.
Yeah. Jalen was even talking about, Jalen Turner was talking about maybe a rematching Hooker because they had such a good fight the first time. But yeah, I can see Bobby Green maybe.
He wants to run that shit back, huh?
Yeah, but maybe seeing how Hooker and Bobby Green were scheduled to fight, why not run it back then? You know,
yeah.
Hooker's not coming off a loss, but he's coming off an injury. You know, pretty bad break or whatever. So Bobby Green coming off a loss. So it's gonna take a while anyway for both of them because Bobby Green's gonna have that 6-month suspension. You know, Hooker just broke his hand or arm, so he's gonna be out for a minute. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that'll definitely be, you know, something to make in the future next year, summerish. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think it would make sense for Turner to run it back with Hooker right now, just because he is coming off of surgery. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know, like it wouldn't be him at 100%.
Yeah.
Like give him somebody else, give him a different look. Like, why go back to the fight that you just fought?
Yeah, for sure.
Know, like, get a different look, bro. Like take on somebody more elite. You know, like,
yeah.
Supposed to be leveling up in this game. You know, which he is. He showed that he did. He put out Bobby Green. He basically starched his ass.
For sure, yeah.
Just
move up.
I want to see him against a different looking fighter with a different style that's higher in the rankings, possibly like 6 to 9.
Yeah. That's good. You know what I'm saying? That's real.
It's not too bad. It's realistic.
Yeah, for sure. Realistic, short notice. Like I said, like UFC always rewards those fighters that step up at short notice.
Short notice for him, dog. I would give him the benefit of the doubt. And
no, I mean for this fight,
give him the respect of a full camp.
Yeah, for sure. Now, what I'm saying, what my point was, like UFC, they like always like to reward people that come up and take fights on short notice.
Oh, yes.
And especially you win devastating fashion. He's gonna take. I'm sure he got paid fat. You know, just like you know, because the only thing that was Bobby Green and Hooker were supposed to be the main event, 5-rounder. But you know, since Hooker went out and Jalen Turner no camp, short notice, he probably wasn't feeling 5 rounds. You know, I see Bobby Green saying like, "What do you want to work for longer? You know, or shorter? You know, like what do you want to work for? I'm good with 3 rounds. Like why do the extra 2?" So they just met at 3 rounds. You know, so I mean, that was dude, crazy.
Yeah, dog, that was a good one. It really didn't disappoint. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but Beneil, who knows what's next for him? Back to the drawing board after that type of devastating loss. That's even, you know. So yeah, it kind of sucks for him because he was right there. You know, like I would have liked to see him against like a freaking Islam maybe, but after seeing that, I don't know, man. Islam's still crisp on the feet. You know, yeah, he's got better on the feet. You know, so yeah, I don't know, man. Islam, who's the next challenge? I mean, Charles Oliveira. That's the only. That's what's next, right?
Charles or Gaethje.
I think Gaethje could present problems if he uses his wrestling a little bit.
Gonna get stopped again, but I think he could present some problems. But I think he's gonna get stopped again.
The chin, maybe, huh? Like, cause just not saying he don't have a chin. He's tough, all that. He could take a shot, but
I don't think he'll get slept. I feel like the grappling will stifle him.
yeah, I think he does gas a little bit. Like that, he was a gangster ass wrestler, man. You know, like seriously, college. I think he just found love too. Like he might be like a Chuck Liddell. You know what I'm saying? Like just
fights the other day.
he likes to just knock motherfuckers out.
His WSOF fights, the World Series of Fighting fights. I seen his old title fight with him and Melvin Gillard, dog. Just seeing how much of a dog he was. You know what I mean? Like that shit was hard.
His wars with Palomino. You see those wars with Palomino?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that fool with the long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was hard. That fool kicked his fucking legs out, dog.
Yeah.
He fucking killed this shit. He crippled his ass.
Yeah. Palomino's been bare knuckle now.
I just feel like those Dagestani fools are something else. And another thing is, didn't one of them pop for some shit?
Yeah, one of them.
That says a lot.
Magadoras
that says a
one
lot.
of them.
You know, that shit says a lot. Wasn't it Nurmagomedov?
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to pronounce that name. But yeah, for sure. I think it was.
How pissed they are at him behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they are dirty, but what if they were? You know, like, imagine.
That goes back to, what was that, Icarus or whatever, that documentary about the Russians cheating in the Olympics with all those steroids? I don't know, though. I mean, that's in Dagestan.
I know it was well known that
they're in the mountains.
They're in the mountains, so USADA can't get to them. You know, some type of shit like that.
That's true, huh? You're not gonna fucking hike your ass up, or
like of course they'll probably get tested, but they'll get tested when they're
fucking
here.
mosquito, man.
Shit, not when they're at their house.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not sneaking up on them in the butt crack of dawn in the freaking mountains where it's snowing and shit to test them, right? I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, who knows what's going on, but definitely one pop. That's a flag. You know, but Islam is a beast. I don't see anyone fucking with Islam for a minute unless he moves up in weight or something or does something different like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anyone. The way he just ran through Volk the second time was, man, yeah, that was pretty impressive. But that was short notice for Volk, you know. So who knows? But yeah, dude, that's crazy. Big fights coming up, though. Damn. Sean O'Malley.
Yes, sir. UFC Anaheim coming up soon.
Oh, I know. Who's that? Who is Anaheim? That's
Topuria.
Oh man, who you got on that one?
Back too soon. I think he's coming back way too soon.
After a devastating knockout.
Topuria, he's undefeated. He's on a steamroll train. Volkanovski's
and he's got hands.
Yes.
Devastating.
Yes, hands of fucking stone.
Devastating power in his hands. Just explosive.
They're accurate, dog. They're accurate. If you've seen his last fight, bro, and like you actually rewatch it and shit, and you just like watch the technicalities of how this guy fights, he's accurate as fuck.
Yeah,
you know
no, I
know.
know.
Good. He's good. He's really good. I think that he might fucking take it, just because of the fact that I think that Volkanovski's coming back too fucking soon. He should have fucking.
That brain needs to heal, right, and recover.
Yeah. Let that brain fucking heal, cause it's like, dude, like I don't know. Let that brain heal. Let that ego heal. Let that morale heal. That's what I think, in a way. You know, I hate to say it like that. He is a champ still, but it's like, dog, you did just get starched quick.
Yeah, it literally is back to the drawing board.
Every excuse in the book, like a short notice and everything, but it's like, dog, you got knocked out. It's on the record books. It's there. You know,
and another thing to factor in is the weight cut, because for this camp, for this fight, short notice or not, he had to cut the extra 10 pounds. Mm-hmm. And after being at his last, or not, 2 of his last 3 fights, being at 155, to have to cut again to 145, I'm sure he's going to make it and all that, but he's going to be his best self. You know, there's a reason he's trying to eye the 155 division. You know, he
wants to move up. He's tired of the cut.
Cut. So that could also, coming off of a loss like that, knockout loss, to have to cut 10 extra pounds and going against a freaking murderer like Topuria, who just got, like you said, hands of stone, and devastating explosiveness.
Of loss, dog, this fool, his opponent, is seeing that this fool is vulnerable now.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not indestructible. He's not pound for pound. You know what I mean? He's not the best fighter.
Someone with some crazy hands like Topuria. I mean, it's not like, Volkanovski has leveled up his wrestling game fighting Makachev for sure. You could tell, you know, because he held his own on the grappling exchanges, you know. But I'm saying Topuria is a different beast too on that as well. Like, you know, so it's not like he's just gonna be easy to take down or either. You know, he's gonna be so quick with the hands. Like, you're gonna have to get in that range and get into the fire.
That would be really intriguing to see how it plays out.
I don't think he's gonna bite on the feints as much, but I don't know. That's a tough fight to call. Obviously, Volk. But I do think your brain probably not recovered after a knockout and then a weight cut on not short notice, but a few months, you know, 3-4 months. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be at his best against Topuria on that one. I favor Topuria right now, and yeah.
I favor Travis Kelce to score one fucking touchdown. Please, dog, give me $120, dog. Fuck, homie.
That's all he needs. Who is that? The receiver, tight end?
It's that fool who's dating Taylor Swift, dog.
I don't even know who that is.
That's what I'm saying. Some big ass fool on the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't know what position does he play.
He's a tight end. He's a big ass dude.
Yeah, okay.
But it's him and Mahomes, dog. They're their best players.
Okay,
so that's why I'm like, okay, him getting one touchdown. I'm like, okay, I can bet on that. You know, I
yeah,
can see that.
It's
happening.
right on there. Try to get this fucking mosquito.
Oh shit!
It was right there.
Good looking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, fool. I hit 5 other legs on this shit. So no matter what, even if this fool doesn't win, I'm doubling the money that I put down on this shit. But if he does get a touchdown,
how much time's left in the game?
It hasn't even started yet. It starts.
Oh, that's a 5:30 game.
That's what I'm saying. So
all he has to do is score one touchdown.
Yeah, it's the anticipation because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different games on this parlay. I had Tyreek Hill's fucking fast ass getting one fucking touchdown and shit early this morning at 10 a.m. He got that shit the first fucking play, I guess. And then fucking I had 3 bets on the Chargers game. And they got that shit because I was betting on the low numbers. And then what's it called? I had Christian McCaffrey getting 1 rushing touchdown. This fool's about to break the record for rushing touchdowns and shit. I did all my research.
So how many touchdowns does this guy have in the year?
Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah.
This year he probably has like 14 now. That's probably his 14.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
He's definitely going to get a touchdown.
Yeah, but I know that this fool, he's an MVP candidate.
Okay.
On one of the best teams and shit. I guarantee you that the 49ers...
I said he's definitely getting a touchdown.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you're good.
Especially because he's facing a team that they might face in the Super Bowl, and they're only facing him one time this season. So I'm like, he's going to make it a point just to run it in on him. You know what I mean? I'm thinking that in my head. I'm like, him as a competitor and a sportsman, he's like, nah, fuck that. They only allowed 5 rushing touchdowns this season. I'm going to be the 6th. Okay, like, let me get in their mind real quick. You know, and that's kind of what counts. And with the Chargers, it was really easy because I'm like, we have so many injuries. We only have so few options. So I'm like, who's going to do well? This fool's been playing like shit, and I know that they're going to give it to him a little bit, see how he does. And then if he still plays like shit, they're going to give it to the other option. So I'm like, okay, I guarantee you he isn't going to do well. I bet on less. He didn't do shit. You know, you know, like I'm basically just going with the probabilities at this point and working out like the math and the fucking stats in my head.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fool, dog. I'm a fool.
Nah, I mean, if you research, the more you know, the more educated guess. The more educated guess you could do.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, because I'm not the type of fool. I don't like to put a lot of money, and I don't like to bet a lot of times and shit. I'm just like, I just don't like to feel like I put a dumb bet out there. You know what I mean? Even if it is free, I'm just like, I kind of want to feel like
last night there was a lot of upsets. So imagine if you did one of those parlays.
Exactly, you know? dog. Like I'm never betting on LeBron James again because I put. Like him like basically balling out, like getting like points, rebounds, assists, and all this shit. He didn't do shit, dog. I seen this fool. He was just standing around. He was like bitching at his fucking teammates because they weren't getting rebounds. I'm like, man, like what the fuck? Like, this fool didn't get 1 rebound that whole game. I'm like, man,
he didn't get 1 rebound?
Yeah, not 1 rebound.
Oh shit!
Game. I'm like, man, I'm never betting on you again, my guy.
I don't know. When we went, he showed out. Me and Benji went to the game. We're the 15th row up, dude. We were right there, like kind of by like we had good ass seats. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah. We were like right there.
Was it at home?
At home against the Rockets.
Okay.
But the game literally came down like to the last shot type thing. Lakers won.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
And LeBron showed out.
I feel like he would take it upon himself to play a little bit harder because the Rockets, they're a young core age group full of young studs. So I guarantee you that LeBron is like, nah, if you guys think that you're going to surpass me, you're going to have to fucking prove it. So he's going to show out. But I'm like, he was playing in Philly on that game that I bet on. It was an away game.
Okay.
And it had the former MVP on it and shit, dog. It was pretty much like a game that we were like expected to lose and shit. So this fool, like, he kind of from the body language.
Yeah, bro, look at that shit. We're like kind of like.
Oh, I seen that off your story.
Yeah,
that shit was hard, dog. That shit was tight. That shit was cool. How was it? Was it cool?
Yeah, it was cool, man. It couldn't ask for a better game just because of the way they won at the end. You know, just last freaking minute. Yeah, no, I hear you though. No, I know. Yeah, that's always been a knock on LeBron, like versus Michael Jordan or Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the more killer instinct type thing or whatever.
Yeah, but he had a really great game that game, or what?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was in the 30s points. Kind of him and what's the fool? Their other guy, the tall guy.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Anthony Davis. Yeah, they basically carried the team, but Anthony Davis fouled out like halfway through the 4th. So kind of LeBron had to just pretty much take over. No one else was hitting really too much. You know, like it was pretty much them two just keeping them in there. You know, because Rockets were just launching threes, hitting threes. You know, like it was a close game. It was a good game. It was exciting. Yeah, I made it on the freaking cam shit. The fam cam or whatever.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, you know,
did you record that shit?
I wish I would have. I don't know if I go back on that. But, like, no, there was a couple of dudes next to us. They were freaking dancing around every time there was a break. And the camera guy was always kind of hitting our section. So I was on there once, but I had a chance to. They were on it, and I was like, oh, shit. But it was too late. And then they came on again and put it on there. I was like, oh, yeah. Next thing you know, like, my cousin, Nick's nephew, he messaged me like on DMs, like kind of like, oh, yeah, I just saw you on fam cam. Like that. I was like, he was watching the game. I was like, oh yeah, dog, I was on there. Like, yeah, that was pretty crazy. At least somebody saw Marshall CB. He was like, I saw you on fam cam because he's all diehard. You know what I mean? Never misses a game. You know, Kobe, all that. You know, he just Lakers. You know what I mean? Like that's it for them. But yeah, it was a good experience. I want to go back to another game, see what's up. Yep. Do more shit like that. Go to some fights. Let's do that Anaheim thing. Let's try to go to that. Let's go to that fight for sure. Yeah. For sure. That's Vulcan. Who else? I wonder who else is gonna be on that card. Shit. But either way, at least that one's
still putting it together too.
Man, we gotta get some good ass seats too. I don't care. I'll just pay payments, whatever the fuck we gotta do.
What's it called? They're gonna
that way.
Mexican fighters on their dog. Anaheim.
Yeah, for sure they're going to. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dominic Cruz's ass is on there. Fucking. That was good, dog. He's good.
Or maybe they're
honestly, dog. Hey, if I see Dominic Cruz on that fucking fight card, that'll honestly like hit like a fucking bucket list thing for me because that fool was my favorite fucking fighter when I was training as a kid, dog. You know what I mean? Back when I
did see him fight live, but unfortunately that was when Chito slept him in San Diego. We were at that fight. We were at that fight.
Okay.
Which was
okay. Damn. So you go to fights then, huh?
Yeah. Cool. I've been trying to go. Yeah,
that's
more.
Tight, dog. I've never been to a UFC fight. I've been to
that's in Anaheim then. Yeah.
I've been to a local Soboba casino fight before. That was because one of my uncles, some dude that he was training with, some dude that he was working/training with, he was getting down at one of the events right there. He was the main event. He was a heavyweight dude. He was a big Samoan guy. He ended up getting slept real quick.
Oh,
but it was cool, dog. It was cool just to get out and experience.
Just the vibe, right? Just the fight vibe is cool.
The fight vibe. I was eating. I was training at that time too. I was young, you know. I was chilling. All my family was there. It was cool, dog.
And you trained to add adrenaline, huh? Right here in San Francisco?
No, I was at Pinnacle.
Oh, Pinnacle. I don't know why I was confused.
Off 6th Street, bro.
Okay. Oh, right there. Yeah. Right by the pawn shop.
Yeah, it was
cross street.
Yeah, I was right
I
there
got you.
With Ruben Duran, Bobby Green, Aaron Arana, I think that was his name. Yeah, some shit like that. Couple fighters, dog. Yeah, they were cool. Yeah, it was cool, dog.
Because then they did move. They moved to over there by Big Lots.
Yeah.
Later, that's why I always think that right there. Yeah, that's tight though. Oh yeah. That was way back in the day.
No, dog. Yeah, I've been trying to get a better fucking job. That way that I could fucking, like, at least get a morning shift so I could fucking start training in the evenings or something. You know?
That's what Benji wants to do, training in the evening. He should. He needs to get back to it.
Yeah.
You know, we got his old wrestling coach, too. They got open mats on. They're going to start doing open mats on the weekends. That's wrestling, but they also do jiu-jitsu and stuff like that because...
That's true.
Like, because his coach David, he's actually doing judo and all that too. So he freaking went in and competed in a couple of jiu-jitsu tournaments, took gold. You know what I mean? So because he was a beast wrestler, like, you know, back in the day at Rev.
Yeah.
Like state type shit, go to state elite. You know, so yeah. That's what's little guy too, but just quick as fuck and just beast, passionate.
Is he a bit? What's his last name?
David. I can't think of his last name because Steve-O.
It's a small world.
Yeah, Steve-O's his brother. That's who works with me. But I think it's Martinez. Maybe no. Let me see. Yeah.
I'm like he might. I don't know because I know it might be a small world. I trained with some dude at Pinnacle. He was the son of some fucking coach who was over here at Rev and shit.
Oh really?
Yeah, some shit like that. He was a real cool dude and shit. But that fool knew his shit. It might be the same dude I'm thinking about right now.
Little guy though, quick as fuck, or
I'm not too sure. He was like little in height, but he was kind of like a little stocky.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I don't know. He's not that stocky though. I'm just trying to think because he trains at Adrenaline still, like he does judo and coaches wrestling over there.
Okay, that's cool. Honestly, though, I've been thinking about getting into something over there, like close to the pad, but something affordable.
Yeah, no, that's the only thing. I have a friend who's doing jiu-jitsu, Riverside. It's not that close to the pad, though, but But I mean, that's pretty affordable though. You would just jump into class for like $15-20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing with me is like, man, like as soon as I get this bullshit fucking bill shit paid off, and then I get this motherfucking these car payments paid off from before I went out there on that trip with fucking TJ, because I fixed up the car to go out there and shit, I'll be straight. You know, I should have that shit paid off by before Christmas, a little bit before everything works out.
Can't see that fool's last name. Fuck.
And then I'll be cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah, bro. Yeah. Fuck. It's about to be dark already, huh?
I know, huh? I know. Shit. 5 o'clock.
Probably end this recording at least.